It's going now. Oh, hey Taylor. His name is Taylor. My name is Tim, and we're teaching him bass today.
Yes.
As you can see, he has already unzipped the bass. But before we do that, generally before you get out the bass, you come to this side. There is, in this pocket, right here, this pocket right here, you bring out the bow. That's what we call the bow. So we can set that. You can set that down in that room over there first.
Over here?
Any room, doesn't matter.
Okay.
So finish unzipping this, and here is the bass. You can pick it up with holding the neck here, so like this, until the peg over here is firmly on the ground. But before we do that, we need to adjust where the peg will be, because it's not exactly. So pick it up first. I'm gonna make it difficult on you. Pick it up first. Both hands.
Well, I'm not very tall.
No, that's okay. This is called the scroll. This is the scroll. This part of the head, the scroll. This part, this area, should be just a little bit above your hairline. So it'll be resting on you and stuff. So let me see. Yeah, we're gonna definitely bring this baby up. So I'll set her back down. And then right here, there's a screw right here. Let's see if it doesn't go. I'm not taking this up too much. Okay. So let's unscrew. Let's see. You can tell there's notches right here. Let's try this for you. Let's put it in. Alright. Lift it up. Just be careful. This one's. Alright, because it'll be leaning against you. So that looks pretty good. So with that, we don't need to rosin it. So pick up the case and just push it into the other room. Because honestly, we'll just be playing here. So just be careful. The peg might drop on you. So you might. So grab my sheet. Check my sheet here. Alrighty. So this is the parts of the bass. This is obviously the strings. This is called the bridge. The thing on the bottom holding it up is the peg. And this is called the scroll. These are snobbies. And then we're going to teach you how to, and this is the finger. So now we're going to teach you how to hold the bass. I'll show you first. So you're going to hug it first. Give it a nice little hug. Just step back. And let it come to you. And on this edge right here, you're going to let it rest against you. So we have it. So you're hugging it. Step back. Come to you. Rest on, like, I normally use my belt. But it's supposed to be in your stomach or belt area.
Okay.
That area. So it's just supposed to be resting. And then you have your thumb, just your thumb, cupping it in the back, just on the neck. So you can put your fingers on here like this, this, and go like this. Try that. Get real nice and comfortable with it. I'm gonna take a step, a big step, a normal step back. Have this edge resting against your stomach.
Like that. And the thumb.
Let me turn it a little more. It's just so it's like, it's basically just resting on you, and you don't have to move very much with your thumb on. Yeah, kind of like that. So, and to do pizzicato, you put your hand like this, with the 3 fingers in, yeah, kind of like a gun, I guess. And then you want to grip it, hold it like this. You want to put your thumb over here, and then you can pluck your fingers, basically like that, yeah. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that this, when you pluck a string, it goes all the way to the next string also. Try with each one of these strings. Try it again for hitting this side. Yeah, that's not too bad. Pretty good. And I want to see your thumb, your hand needs a cut. It needs to be just like the fleshy part of your thumb. So it'd be something like that, but it needs to be curved as if you're holding like a bottle of water. So it's like gonna be like this while it's resting. It's kind of uncomfortable. So it's just the fleshy part of your thumb And you're like, okay, then so your fingers can all touch it when we get there. If we get there, we'll see what happens. So I'll hold it, I'll show you what I do. I'll give it a nice hug. We're all comfortable. Step back, come to you, rest on your stomach, and you can see I have it just on my thumb. It needs to be curved right here, so you can still move. You don't want it flat because I've been told it's not very good. So, and then your right hand, 3 fingers in, the index finger out, ready to pluck. Thumb is on the fingerboard. There you go. Okay, so like that. One more time. Get nice and comfortable. Take a step back. Let her come to you. Make sure it's really resting on you, because it doesn't look like it's resting too much on you. Just so, yeah. That's a little better. Thumb, the fleshy part of your thumb curved, as if you're holding a bottle of water. And then you put your other fingers on a single string, any string. And it'll be, your fingers will be very distant from each other. But that looks good so far. You want to have it more curved out like a water bottle? Like a can, maybe a can of soda. So, I mean, you can rest your fingers on it right now. Helps you hold it up, and then act as if you're going to pits. Yeah. I think generally most people do it a little closer, but that's okay for now. So that's how you hold it normally, and you pizzicato it. I'll teach you each one of these strings. This string, it's a D string. So try to pitch that. Yeah, remember it. It's a, yeah. This string is a G. That's our lightest string. Fixed. And then D, go back down to D. This string is A. If this string is G, this string is D, this string is A, what is this string?
E.
Right! It's the thickest string.
That's a good guess.
Yeah. And what intervals are they apart? If we go from E to A.
4.
And what type of 4? Yeah. And A to D?
4.
What type of 4?
Perfect.
And D to G?
Perfect 4.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I forgot to mention he was a former music major. So, alright, that looks pretty good. Let me grab something first. Let's see. Up. Let's see what we're doing on time. We got plenty of time. Alrighty. So, just like that. Let me bring out the bow first. We'll do bow after we're done. Alright. So that's what we're doing in class. We're not going to do that yet. So we're just going to do the simple open string line bass melodies first. So, which string is D?
The 3rd.
Right. 3rd from the right.
3rd from the right.
So let's just play something quick and easy, not too bad. We'll play this. Bottom cabbage down very slowly. So D, D, G, G, D, D, A. So we'll do that. And make sure your left hand is continually cupping the fake neck, the neck of it. So D, D. So 1, 2, ready, go. How's your index finger feeling?
That's fine.
Alright, good for now. Let's be a little more familiar with our strings before we move on. So play the D, and then play G, D, E, G, D, A, E. And let's play, this is a D, D, G, G, D, D, A. Let's just play that little four measure phrase. So D. We go 1, 2, ready, go. D, D, G, G, A, A. Just want to make sure you get used to which note is which. So.
I skipped it.
Yeah,
Stream.
exactly. So it's D, G, D, A. D, G, D, A. So, okay, we're going to move on from that one. Let's play it again. So, fingers ready. Left hand is good. Cup it like a neck. Make sure that the thumb is still flexible back here. And you can rest your fingers on hold it a little better. So, 1, 2, ready, go. To something like Amazing Grace. So it's D, D, 2, D, G, G, 2. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, go. D, 2, D, G, D, D. Not too bad. Is your finger feeling kind of iffy?
It's alright.
Alright.
I'll power through.
Power through, huh? Let's see. We'll give your index finger a break. We'll go to the bow next. So this is the bow. And as you can see, it's pretty loose right now. Well, not too bad. It's kind of loose. Down here you twist left to get it more loose, twist right to get it tighter, or not loose. So up for you, that should be pretty good. But for now, let's just set the bass down on the side. So, I've had many problems with this, as Mr. Fulcher knows, but one trick to doing it is your thumb needs to be resting kind of like this, between these 2 points. Get rid of this brown spot.
Okay.
So if you're resting like this, you hold it with your left hand, and you hang the other fingers over, something like that, and then you hold it like this, with a lot of power through the thumb. It's not tight, just a lot of power. So you'll be holding it like this. And see where my other fingers are? They're not exactly curved and gripping it, but they're just kind of there supporting it a little bit, supporting the weight of the bow. So hold it like this. Put your hand on here, put your thumb in a curved position so you can bend this, and it should move. So this over here, the thumb underneath, fingers hang over a little bit, and it's okay if your fingers are touching the hairs. So, because it'll eventually be like this, you know. It'll be sawing basically the strings. So, hold it with your left hand first, and then kind of like a monkey bar, you could put your thumb underneath, make sure it's you got that little bump on your thumb. Kind of like that, yeah. Hang the rest of your fingers over. It's okay to touch the hairs. So we see how it looks. It's not too bad. Now let go of your left hand and just turn it up. Just turn it up. How well are you gripping it right now? Do you think you can play? Just do this motion. Try to keep it a little more straight. Do you have a lot of grip on it?
No.
No, I think so. That's my problem. Remember, the horse, that's basically a horse here, that's supposed to be facing basically you. because you would be playing it like this. Like you're holding it, you're playing it like this. Yeah. That's basically how you're going to hold it, and then bow. So, just your thumb again. See, your thumb did what I normally do. Your thumb was starting to get a little more tense, and there was no longer a hump there. So, there generally should be a hump. It's difficult to start. Like this. So, yeah. You don't really want to be gripping it. One trick you can do is, you see your hand, you see these knuckles, these little lines between your knuckles. You want to rest it over here, you know, about so in the middle. And then you want to have your thumb resting it in the middle finger on that portion, as if there's an edge. So you want to grab that, hold it like this, and then slide it over to where this is. Make sure that the middle finger and the thumb are generally lining up. It's okay to have it a little bit closer to the, in between the second and third, but if it's on the middle finger, that's okay. So you still have it like this, your middle finger's over there, you're trying to itch with that, and then you hold it like this. It's okay if you're touching. Just make sure you're not gripping it too much with other than, just enough by the other fingers, but not too much. So you're holding it like this, the base is up here, and you're kind of bowing it back and forth. You don't want your, the common problem I have is bending my index finger too much. And like you just saw, I curved this in a little bit. So something like that. So try that. So you want to lay it flat, lay your hand flat first, and then you want to put it between here-ish. So it looks about one down, yeah, about something like that. Get it up, and then you want to slide it over. About there-ish. Make sure you got the little bump, and then just flip it over. How does that feel a little different from before? Is it better? Is it worse? Is it uncomfortable? Is it tense?
Yeah, it feels a little more awkward in the thumb than before. But that feels better there.
Ooh. Just pop something. That's actually not too bad. That's pretty good. Is that okay? Is that?
Yeah, that's fine.
And you can just wring your hand out like this, make it a little too tense. So, yeah. You do want a little bit of space eventually between your fingers, but even if you don't, that's okay. So that's how it should be. Now act as if you're actually bowing it. Holding up the neck with your thumb curved like a water bottle. And then you don't need to move too fast. Not too fast. So it's something like that. Alright, now let's go back to one of these melodies. We should do, okay, I'll hold the bow up, and you can get the bass up. And we'll do something easy like Amazing Grace again. So, remember what you did earlier, you hug it, you take a step back, let it come to you, let it rest on you with your thumb on the neck, just the thumb on the neck. And then, with this, actually, I can hold this. Try it with, get the bow like we did earlier with both hands. That's it, right there. It's a little, you're gripping, I think, just a little bit too much. Let's try it with both hands with the bow on this, yeah. And then put your thumb on your middle finger or a little closer to third finger, and then slide it over to where the thumb goes. Yeah. And then just curve it over. Is that awkward?
No, that's good.
Rest it on yourself. And before we even start playing, just you play down here in the center of this area, of the strings. Yes, the vocal. Yeah. And then generally you don't play that far. Something like that. So you start on your right side. So try to bow. Just try to bring it to your right side while trying to play this. And then go back. You can keep going that direction until you run out of bow. Alright, how does that feel?
That's pretty good.
Okay. And let's try it on the A string. A little bit more weight. As you go to the thicker strings, you want more weight. When you go to the lighter strings, you want a little bit. Alright, let's try the E string. Yeah. Alright, let's go back to the A string. That's okay. One thing I noticed that was you moved your shoulder a lot. You don't need to move your shoulder a lot. You do need to move it a little bit because this is the bass and you need some extra strength than just the elbow. So I mean, you can use a little bit of your shoulder, but there should be a lot of elbow going in. Mostly elbow. Just do it resting position about halfway through. You can hang on to the bow. And just try to move your elbows. Yeah, that's better. Alright, it's not too bad. Alright, and now let's try it with music. Okay, so let's try Amazing Grace with the bow, and then we'll go back to Pizzicato. So, I'll give you 2 bars of rest and you come in. So remember to set yourself on the D string. You want to set yourself, that's not too bad, a little closer to the middle of the bow because that's where it's better resonance. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, go. D, that you are creeping up just a little bit from the center of where the strings are. Yeah. So that's something to keep out for. And another thing I did not tell you before we started playing was the style of getting to the next note. You want a little bit of space between each note. I mean, obviously it's going to be, we're going to start with D, D, and then you want to have a slight space between the end of that note to the next string. So we start at the beginning, D, D, change. G, D. You want to have a slight change. Let's try that a little bit. Let's just do the first 3 notes. So, D, D. Slight change. G, D. Yeah, just like that. We'll do it one more time. So, 1, 2, go. D, D, space. G, space. D, 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 space, A, space, D, D, space, G, D, D, space, A, space, D, D. Yeah, keep grouping up a little bit. One thing I also failed to mention to you again was that every note you change, and also specifically states, you need to change the direction of the bow. So we always start with down bow, which means for us we're going to our right. And when we go to the next note, go back the other way, up bow. And then even though we're changing to G up, nope, on the further left side, you still go to the right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay. So generally the down beats are right. So, and I think that's pretty much all the time we have. Let's do it one time with Pizzicato. So, pluck a D. Alright, and let's do it again. Let's do biome cabbage down. So, D, D, G, G. So, it'll be a fast 4. So, 1, 2, ready, go. D, 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 G, D, D, then so before we're finished, I'm going to teach you how to put it away.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, in every single lesson I've ever given, I've always forgotten to teach people how to put their instruments away. So, we're gonna need this thing. You can rest it on its side, but we want the bridge facing this way, which means the back of that will go towards this. Right. Set it down gently. This is a school horn. And then at the bottom, you want to unscrew that screw, and then push the pipe in, and then retighten so it doesn't come out. Actually, I told you wrong. We need to flip that over. So yeah. And it'll be like that. Yeah. I always get this backwards. Ready? Maybe a little. Do you think you could squeeze it over there up further? Yeah. Yeah. There we go. All right. So we put it away. This is how I generally put it away. So you're going to pick it up and then put it in the center, like right here. I'll help you with it. There's a spool. You want to be resting in there. Yep, like that. On that side. Are you finished, Taylor?
No, we got to the doorway.
Good, you remembered. Alrighty. This is where the bow should go. Yep. And that's pretty much it. So you pick it up. So that's all I got for this time.